Just make really uncomfortable noises.
No, please don't. Alright, so we are going to be live in a couple seconds. Holy
Here we go.
crap.
Here we go.
Shouldn't we get seats?
Yeah,
One
everybody
second.
sit down. Sam, sit down.
No, you took my seat. Alright. Uh-oh.
Are you...
Right there.
there you go. Sam, sit down.
Let
Sam.
me get the computer. 1 second.
Oh my god, sit down, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna get seated in my own chair first.
Okay, here, I'll get out of your chair.
Team Bruno. Team Bruno.
Okay, so let me get the chat pulled up.
How dare you throw your apples at me?
You know you like my apple. Oh,
Alright, guys, so...
you know what?
Oh god, this is gonna be a terrible night.
You're
So,
gonna stick at me.
what is good, everybody? This is Whiteboy503 coming back at you with the Crafting Table Podcast. I have my intern here, S-Man Sam, and we have guests today, Rufus11 and Kev5. So tonight is going to be a little bit weird, just because On Fire is not going to be here, and I've got a co-host or an intern that's just going to be a dick the entire time, as you guys can see.
Completely.
He's throwing his fishing rod at me, and there's a golden apple. I'm taking that. There we go, my golden apple.
Damn, I was gonna go for it.
So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hectic tonight because you know I just kind of got thrown this on me within the last hour that I was gonna have to be hosting the podcast for this evening. So welcome Rufus and Kevin. Thank you guys for coming here tonight to do the podcast with us. So let's start off with some questions that Sam has prepared for our guest Kev5.
Oh, we're jumping right into that?
Yeah, let's jump right into that. We'll go into the topics later on.
We're jumping right into that?
Yeah, yes, we're jumping
right
into
into it, I guess.
We're jumping right...
Sam,
Yeah,
I
like,
swear to God.
Jump-
I swear to God.
Okay, anyway.
Really,
Okay,
dude?
so
Rufus,
first
really?
question I have prepared.
Oh.
So,
First
tonight's going to be
question.
pretty hectic, like I
It
said.
is going to be completely hectic. It's the Off the Rails podcast. My first question is, what kind of content do you make?
I make gaming content.
Wow, great.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay, you want the specifics?
Yeah, go into
Yeah.
detail.
Alright, I make Minecraft videos, okay? And they're about all kinds of stuff. Like tutorials. I do tutorials on how to install plugins. Alright? And these plugins do all kinds of different things for bucket servers. You know, like what we're playing on right now. And basically these plugins do all kinds of different things. If you didn't know, I do work for MC Pro Hosting, so that's from doing the tutorials over the last couple months, I learned how to do plugins. But I also do Let's Play videos of different survival series. My biggest one so far being the Skilledcraft Modded Survival. And I also showcase my own Minecraft server on my channel.
So, as you guys have been able to tell, I really chose a bad crew today. Because they're just, like, running around. Who? God damn it. So, they're running around the whole, desk, just kind of making havoc here. And I would like to thank everybody who is in the chat right now. Let me see who everybody here. Thank you, Grim Reaper Band, for helping moderate the stream tonight. I really do appreciate it. We got Heart in the stream. We got D3D in the stream. Drunken Donuts MC, Robot Zapper, and Rufus is watching it as well. Which I don't know why you're watching it, considering you're here, but whatever. So we got a galore of topics for you guys, YouTube and gaming related, mostly. I think
no.
gaming this week, right, Sam? I think
Yeah,
that's
probably, yeah.
it's mostly gaming this week. We do have some insight stuff that we want to talk with both Rufus and Kevin about.
Oh, me.
Oh my god.
And as you can see,
I
Kevin
got out of
is.
the minecart and got thrown outside.
Yeah, that's okay. So, go ahead and continue with the questions. I know you had a couple more for him.
Who is your favorite YouTuber?
Alright, so obviously since I make Minecraft videos, I get a lot of inspiration from White Boy, but he's not my favorite. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's all good, bro. It's all
No,
good.
but Captain Sparkles is probably one of my biggest inspirations, just because he's into a lot of things that I'm into, like for example, he likes Minecraft, and I love Minecraft. That's why I started my own server. But he also does a lot of singing stuff, and I just recently started getting into like singing type stuff. Like, for example, well, I haven't really done a parody yet. I did do a little Legend of Zelda parody a while back, but I really want to get into like parody type stuff. And also his his life story is just an inspiration. Guy went to college for something that he didn't really like, but he was forced into it. He started doing YouTube, and it just took off, and that became his life. He didn't have to go to college for something he didn't enjoy. He actually could do something he enjoyed.
That's great, dude. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I don't watch any of his content because I'm not really big on Minecraft all that much. But yeah, he definitely is one of probably the biggest Minecraft inspirations for a lot of people. So that's not even really, Sam. The only job you have is to turn the damn light on, and you didn't turn it on.
Oh, damn it!
Well, I turned it on already. Stop.
Oh.
All right. So what about you, Rufus? Rufus.
What?
Did you really not hear the question? Are you paying attention, sir? I don't think he's paying attention.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so repeat the question, Sam.
Who is your favorite YouTuber?
This is fantastic.
It's a toss-up between Captain Sparkles, Sly Fox Hound, and other guy I can't think of at the moment.
Oh, that's a great.
But why? Like, why are they your favorite YouTubers? Like, what do they do that makes you love them so much?
They entertain me to the best of their abilities.
That's a great description, and he's on Push
That's
to Talk.
very
I can
valid,
tell.
Though.
Yeah, I mean that is true. You gotta enjoy the people that you're watching. If you don't enjoy their content, you don't find it funny, then I mean, of course you're not going to enjoy it. So, you got any other questions, Sam?
Alpha Omega Sin. He's one of my big ones.
Yeah, Alpha Omega Sin is fantastic. I actually first started watching him and was like, dude, this guy cusses so damn much. Holy crap! It was insane. But he's definitely passionate about gaming. That's why I enjoy him a lot. Is because he's really passionate about gaming and how how a lot of the industry, GameStop, especially treats the consumers and everything. So he's like, I would consider him to be the more vulgar Boogie. You know who Boogie is, right?
Yeah.
Boogie2988.
Yeah. I mean that's the way I look at it. I think he's just the more vulgar, more like less, less person who really cares about what other people think. Not saying Boogie cares about what other people think, but he doesn't necessarily curse as much as Alpha does. But he's a great YouTuber. I've been subscribed to him for probably about a year and a half to 2 years now. He's a great content creator. Anything else, Sam, you got for the two guests today?
What are your guys' favorite kinds of games?
Like genre wise?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow. I mean, like, it means so much else.
Just shut up, okay?
Alright. Whoa. Okay. So basically, my favorites are between RPG style games, like your series, Final Fantasy. I love games that have a broad adventure with a great storyline, and I also like battle elements in RPG games. Just the battle style is excellent, where it's turn-based, I believe. Well, certain RPGs, not all, but I also enjoy a lot of FPS competitive games. Black Ops 2 being one of my favorites, just because of the I don't even know what it's called, but just it's awesome.
You like FPSs and RPGs? Yeah, RPGs are my favorite genre of all time. What about you, Rufus?
I used to love FPSs, but then it got to the point where I was better than everybody else around me, like friends, and there was no competition, so I got bored of it. So I went to RPGs, and I've been stuck on RPGs ever since.
Yeah. Well, Sam, do you have any other questions?
I have one more about just what is your guys' favorite game ever?
Never mind, that's what I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can do like a top 5. So.
I guess I could. It's really hard, but if I could give like my top 3, maybe it would have to be Pokemon Emerald. Then Modern Warfare 2 is somewhere in my top 5, and Paper Mario, the original.
And Rufus?
Super Mario 3 for NES.
That's a sexy game.
Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life for GameCube. And Call of Duty World at War, because this is where I got my start on Xbox.
Okay, alright then.
My girlfriend is really big into Harvest Moon.
Yeah, I've heard it's a great series. I've never played it though. Actually, I think I have. Didn't it start out on NES or SNES?
Yeah.
Okay, I have, because I have a ROM set. I don't play most of them because there's a couple thousand of them, a couple thousand games there. I'm just like, I don't think I can play all these.
That's all the questions I had.
Yeah, my question is, in that specific genre that you guys mentioned, because you guys both mentioned RPGs, what is your favorite franchise? Like, maybe it's Final Fantasy, or that's only, or Kingdom Hearts. That's the only the franchise I can think RPG-wise, at least.
Both Square Enix. Very
Yeah.
convenient.
I'm sorry, I like Square Enix's games.
Fanboy.
What, everything except for anything past Final Fantasy wise, past 10, I garbage completely. No, won't play it. Sorry.
I thought you said you like 13.
No, hell no. Hell
You
to
said
the
you
no.
like 13,
No,
that
I
bugs
did
me
not.
out.
I didn't say that.
You
So-
bastard.
So, Kevin and Rufus, what do you guys? What's your guys' favorite franchise?
Probably. I'd have to say Game Freak because of
Franchise,
Pokemon,
not a
Oh. franchise.
Yeah.
Oh.
not company
Well-
franchise.
Well, probably Pokemon then,
Okay.
just because it was like one of the first games I played and I grew up with it. But of course, that is I'd like to exclude the newer Pokemon games because they're just no.
You don't like the newest one?
I hated. Like I tried to play Pokemon X and Y, but the feel it completely changed between just I don't know. It's just like what always made Pokemon for me was the 2D. Once they started going 3D, I mean aside from XD. Oh, you how dare you?
And you guys can see what Rufus is putting Kevin in some cobwebs. So what about you, Rufus? What's your favorite franchise?
It's a toss up between Diablo, like Diablo 2, because Diablo 3 kind of sucks, but Diablo and Pokemon. And I like Pokemon Gen 1 and 2 because Gen 3 sucked, just saying. And they're wasting their time with remakes.
We'll get to that later. Keep it civil for right now. You guys can get
Do you
at
wanna
each
start
other's
with that
necks.
topic then?
Well, I guess we'll start off with that topic. So the topic that I had for today is because I've been getting nothing but hassled by Double. I don't think he's actually with us this evening in the chat, but he's been bugging the hell out of me about the HD remakes of Sapphire and Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, which I think it's Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. I am kind of glad to see this. It sucks that because I don't have a 3DS, meaning I can actually play it. But that's the next console that I want to get is a 3DS, just because there's so many games that I want to play that are on the DS and on the 3DS too that I just can't play. Like I would like to try out the new Pokemon. Like the last generation that I played was 3. And it is my favorite generation as well. I did play Generation 1 and 2. I actually still have my cartridge for, I think it's Crystal, I'm not 100% sure, plugged into my Game Boy right now, and I play that while I'm taking a crap. It's a fantastic image I can But, I do love the series, but, I think that's definitely... But they didn't actually say I watched the trailer and they didn't actually say that it was going to be necessarily a remake. They said it's a brand new world, exploring a brand new world. I think that's exact what they
I
said.
thought you said a bland new world.
Okay, I'm having a heart attack here. Shut your mouth. Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited to see it, because it gives me another reason to get a 3DS that way, or at least a 2DS that way I can play. Yeah, I know TMI, Drunken Donuts. I know. I get when I'm nervous, like as you guys can probably tell, I talk about stuff that I probably shouldn't.
You're
But
sweating like crazy right
dude,
now.
I am. My hands are so sweaty right now. You have no idea. Okay, I need to take a breath. So what does everybody else think about it? Just gonna sit back and relax for a second, so I don't have a heart attack.
I'll go later.
Okay, so I know Kevin's got a lot to talk about it. So
Oh, I got a lot. like a lot.
Okay, well,
Okay, so
go,
like
okay,
when
go
they
ahead.
say a whole new world, like
Mhm.
I honestly like I know that can be interpreted a lot of ways. You could say just like they made the world 3D and that makes it a whole new world. I personally I think that they're probably just gonna vamp it up, give it like a 3D look, play style. That's one of the things like I said with Pokemon. Like I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna exactly like the remake because what makes Pokemon for me, like I said, was the 2D style. But well, I think it's considered 2D style anyway. I hope
So,
it
so
is.
you're basically have the same issue that I have with Final Fantasy 13 and everything. They changed up so much. Well, I guess 12 as well. They changed
Yeah,
up
like
so much that it doesn't feel like it's an
Yeah,
actual.
it feels like a whole new franchise pretty much. But
Well, I mean, like a lot of people, I know a lot of people that do like moving back over to the Final Fantasy. A lot of people do enjoy the newer games because it is new and stuff like that, and it's innovation, I guess you could consider it. I guess it because I mean you got to look at it, especially with Pokemon. They're still trying to reach out to the exact same audience that they tried to reach out when we started playing it. They're still trying to reach out to 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I mean that's basically it. That's why I actually watched a video. I think it was yesterday about the why Ash is still 10 years old, because they're still marketing it at the same audience as they did when we were when we grew up on it. They are still marketing it against an audience that is really young, and seeing that they have the ability to create these more graphical games. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah. Going back on the 3D topic, can I talk about what I was talking about yesterday with you about the GameCube stuff?
Go ahead. I
Like
don't
how-
remember.
I think they should make a GameCube like 2. You know how they made the Wii U? No, they should make a GameCube like HD. Like and
No, they
just
shouldn't.
completely. Yeah, they should. The GameCube is the best system. You know it.
GameCube was the best system. They're not going to ruin it. They ruined the Wii. They're not going to ruin the GameCube too.
Yeah,
just
but
like Alpha, just like
I wish they
Nintendo
would
remakes.
continue. Yeah, and like going along with the GameCube, I don't. Do you guys remember Pokemon Coliseum and XD?
Yep.
No,
They
I
should-
never had a
they should-
GameCube, so
If whenever they made Pokemon X and Y, I think they tried too hard on the 3D modeling. I think they should go with like the Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD, those style of 3D. They like in my opinion they nailed it on those games. But whenever they went to X and Y, they just tried too hard.
I
Can we
think
get
I
back on
really.
topic
What was it? I don't even remember what the topic
about the
was.
remakes.
Oh, the remakes. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. What do you guys have to say about it?
They shouldn't have made a remake. The game was horrible first time around.
Okay, well, why do you think it's horrible though?
Why? Because
Yeah.
it was boring. It had too much plot in too short an amount of time.
Okay,
and
so
it
they
was basically two Team Rockets going at each other.
Aqua and Magma.
Yeah,
I think that's what made it, made it different than other Pokemon games. They had multiple villains rather than one or the other. It was multiple, so that made the story more deep.
yeah, but it got confusing, and then it just got ridiculous because they're both trying to do the same thing. It's not like one was like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to bring this back to life to save the world," and the other one's like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to do it for a different reason." No, they just both wanted same reason, same boring reason.
So you think they should have, if they were gonna do it, they should have, basically done it where they had different motives.
Yeah, not the same motive.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
but
they were kind of different motives in a way. One wanted to flood the world, while the other wanted to, erupt a super volcano, causing new land to form and cover up the ocean.
But still, they wanted to end the world. It's the same thing.
Well, not end it. They wanted to make it different.
They should have made one where you could pick which side you were on, and you had to fight the other team, and you had help.
If you don't
Oh.
remember, technically you do join. I think it's Aqua's team a few times. You help them out, I believe.
Yeah, but you're not officially helping them. You're just like tagging along.
Yeah.
Well, and you
Sure.
you also have to look at it. You know, they haven't really specifically said that this is going to be remakes. Like nothing in the trailer specifically said that it was going to be a remake. They said it's going to be a whole new world. So for all we know, it could just be, you know, it could be something completely different. That's why I'm kind of open to it. You know, if it does be an HD remake, just exactly how they did with, you know, Fire Red and Leaf Green and Soul Silver and Heart Gold, you know, I'll be okay with that. But I think it would be awesome if they'd completely just revamped the whole third generation or
Yeah.
did something completely different. Like that's a lot of people were saying that, you know, oh, it's HD remakes, oh, it's HD remakes and stuff like that. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, this does not say anything about being a remake. And
Yeah.
so, I
Like-
mean, it's up to speculation what it could be. And, you know, of course, within, you know, the next couple weeks, we'll probably get more details about it. And if anybody, you know, watching this actually wants us to discuss it further, you know, when we get more details about it, you know, just put it in the comment section. Or if you're watching it live right now, tell us and we'll talk about it in later streams.
Yeah. I read a
Or
blog.
fine.
Or what?
All right.
You got the
Rufus?
floor. You got the floor.
I've got the floor.
No, whoever was talking there a second ago.
I think it's Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin, go ahead.
Oh, I read a blog on you know, the new game, and a lot of people said quite possibly could be like really interesting, considering if it is a remake, that means they're going to incorporate all the new features from the newer Pokemon into it. I mean, that's what they usually always do. So like for example, you know how Hoenn Pokemon actually got like, you know, extra evolutions. And even Mega Evolutions, you know, I wonder if they're going to incorporate that, and they most likely will.
Yeah,
And
I
I
did.
think that would make it interesting.
Yeah, when you did see the box art of the Pokemon, you actually did see that it did. They didn't look like how the third generation Pokemon did. I don't know if if those were like, I guess, the shiny versions of Kyogre and Groudon, or that was a sample of what the Mega Evolution is supposed to be. Because from what I remember, those didn't look exactly the way they did, you know, in the actual game. So I don't know, maybe just be, you know, HD textures or something like that,
You know,
or it
yeah,
could
they
be
could
the
do
Mega
that.
Evolutions.
Since they gave Mewtwo and Mega Evolution, it wouldn't be a big surprise if
No.
they made more legendaries.
I wouldn't put it past them. I honestly don't put them past them that they'll make more you know, Mega Evolutions
Yeah.
in the future for X and Y even. But what were you gonna
Yeah,
say,
I
Rufus?
Well, they've showed box art of what seems to be Rayquaza in the Mega Evolution already.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
I
find
didn't
a
see
picture
that.
and I'll throw it to you guys. But
All right, for sure. It'll be
Yeah.
if you're watching this post live stream, all the links we talk about will be in the description. So
but
the-
yeah,
the trailer we were
on a
talking
note
about.
of Mega Evolutions, I think that's a cry for help, dude. They're scraping the bottom of that.
Like, yeah, going along with that, I don't want to make this whole podcast about Pokemon
Yeah.
necessarily, but I just want to ask, what do you guys think about the future of Pokemon in general? Because they already have, I think it's near 800 Pokemon. They really, you know, they're not going to be able to make Pokemon forever. Eventually, they're going to, you know, it's just going to get old. They're just going to keep piling on top of the stack that's already huge.
Hasn't it arguably already kind of gotten old?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like it's just they've made so many. It's just
And so many Nintendo properties, in my opinion, I'm kind of jumping in here, but like, so many Nintendo properties, in my opinion, have already gotten old, but Nintendo keeps like killing them.
yeah, they keep milking it and trying to get
Yeah,
whatever
I
they
got
can
milking
out
it
of
as
it.
well. Like, they're not killing it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the most part, yeah, I do agree that, you know, a lot of their IPs they should probably let lay. But it's because they've got such dedicated fan base. Nintendo has probably, I would assume, or I think, has one of the most dedicated fan bases for their. Shut up, Sam. Has one of the most like dedicated fan bases for their IPs. You know, there's such a big community of people who love Pokemon, and there's such a big community who love, you know, Legend of Zelda. So I don't necessarily, as long as the fans are there, I doubt that they're gonna let it die. I really do,
Yeah.
because
I think it's
you
Go
know
ahead.
they want. You know, a lot of people want more content, regardless of whether, you know, how crappy it is, or they're still gonna play because they're dedicated to the franchise.
yeah.
So I mean,
think
that's
a
kind of the
cool
consumer's
idea-
fault too.
Yeah, I think a cool idea would be, you know how right now they have Smash Bros, where they combined all the,
Mhm.
you know, their main franchises together.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if they somehow incorporated an RPG style game with multiple franchises combined, like Zelda and Mario and, you know, maybe a few others.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Well, I mean, there was teasers. I don't remember what game it was, but Nintendo was working on. It was some game. I think it had Link in it. I think it was Sonic that had some Link. It had like a Link cameo in it. So I wouldn't put it past them that they're, as you said, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Nintendo is for their IP. So I think they're gonna hopefully get their act straight and start doing more innovative things.
Yeah,
because
God
all their
knows.
games
everything
have
they've
been downhill.
released. What?
Go ahead, Rufus.
All Nintendo games have been going downhill lately.
Mhm.
They're just
Oh yeah.
boring.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's a cult following. A lot of people, regardless of whether the game is fantastic or not, they're still going to. Yeah, Rufus, you can't put links. Just throw it in the chat for us. Okay. But yeah, like I said, they have a cult following. That's like a lot of people still love the Final Fantasy franchise, even past 10. But I've heard people who are dedicated to Final Fantasy that's like. Final Fantasy 12 past sucks freaking butthole, but they still buy them because it's a franchise that they enjoy, and it's the same thing with Call of Duty. A lot of people complained about how bad Call of Duty Ghosts was, but they're still gonna pay for it. They're still gonna buy
totally
it.
Wrong.
Which was?
I'm of one of the few people that thinks Call of Duty Ghosts is probably one of the better Call of Duties, but yeah.
All right.
Just
Well,
not
let's go
part
on
of
ahead and move on to the next topic. Sam, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a choice here because
We got a couple of topics.
Yeah, I have 3 topics. Do you guys want to talk about Watch Dogs hype, Wolfenstein being censored, or $500 million being spent on Destiny?
So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys want?
The guests get the choice.
The choice?
The choice.
I'm
Damn
gonna
it.
bug you each time you.
I
mess up.
know. Okay. Shut up.
Guests have to choose.
Yeah, we'll let the guests choose, or we can let the chat choose if you guys
Are
want
you
to
guys,
choose.
Rufus and Kevin, are you do you guys keep up with like modern games and stuff like that aren't
Yeah,
Nintendo?
I keep
Which
up with modern
kind of,
games. I just I never really got into the Watch Dogs hype all that much.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
What about you, Rufus? What do you think? What should we talk about? Which one of those 3 appeals to you the most?
I own Watch Dogs and never played it, and I own the latest Wolfenstein, but got it like halfway through and got bored with it, so I'm good with either or.
All right, Sam, you pick then. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Okay, Watch Dogs hype. Let's just get this out of the way.
All right.
So, the game Watch Dogs, as I'm pretty sure all of you know because it's everyone's favorite game that's coming out soon, has been getting a lot of hype recently. And I think it's really not deserving of it. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that probably. But
Yeah.
do you guys think that it's a game that deserves the amount of hype that it has?
I do. And the only reason I do is because innovation. There's as far as I know,
What's innovative about it?
the hacker experience.
That's nothing though.
Okay,
That really-
okay. What I'm saying, the amount of innovation that we get in the gaming industry nowadays is so minimal. It's all people copying other ideas from other franchises. I mean, as far as I know, there's no other game that incorporates this kind of gameplay into it. I don't really know all that much about the game, but if I did have a PS4 or I had an Xbox One, that would be one of the games that I definitely would get, just because I think it's it's a cool idea. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be, the best thing just because of how the industry is going, especially, how everybody hyped up, Titanfall, and then it kind of fell on its face. I didn't play that either because I don't play more modern games. I play mostly retro games and franchises that I enjoy. But, it's still, if I had to choose between Titanfall, the 2 most hyped games of this year, which were Titanfall and
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, yeah. Sorry. I would definitely pick Watch Dogs just because I think it's the most innovative game that we have on the horizon right now.
Yeah.
I would tend to disagree, but okay. I can see where you're coming from, but I disagree completely with that. The hacking is what makes it the amazing game. To me, it's literally just Grand Theft Auto, but with hacking. And
Okay.
I don't understand why everyone's going crazy over that game.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what do you think, Kevin? What's your side of this?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Watch Dogs. I'm just gonna admit that right now.
Mhm.
But I kind of want to go along with what you were saying. How Titanfall was so hyped up. and I want to kind of go into a different, like, it's kind of relatable topic. How games have been rearing towards multiplayer versus campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've gotten into that topic before, but
Not yet. That'll probably be a future
There's a lot of
topic. That'll
Yeah.
definitely be a future topic that we're going to talk about. Rufus, what do you think?
I have no opinion on the matter because I don't own an Xbox One, and I think any game coming out on the Xbox One is pointless.
Is it an Xbox One exclusive?
No, it's for every platform.
It's for every platform. Then why'd you? I'm confused now. So if it's coming out for just for the Xbox One, like, okay, so I'm confused at what you said, Rufus.
Well, I thought it was coming out for just the Xbox One itself.
No,
if it isn't,
So you're like, well, I'll retract my statement then.
I'm not going to retract my statement. It was a valid statement, but the fact is, I'll probably not buy it. I'm probably done buying games for my 360. I'm probably going to start buying backwards and go back to my NES or maybe my Wii even, because I only have like 4 games for my Wii.
All right, so
I have about 30.
are you thinking
my
about
Xbox.
are you like even like interested in it at all, or like what makes you not interested if you aren't?
All consoles are starting to bore me, except for my older consoles, just because it's always the same thing coming out. Whether it's racing games, I used to love racing games. I played Forza up until the Xbox One came out, and I couldn't get Forza 5. But then you got Call of Duty, Battlefield. What was the
So
other one? Homefront a while ago. It's all the same game anymore.
so you're basically saying the same thing I said earlier about like innovation is just kind of like slim to none with modern gaming.
Well, it is none anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely, that's why I think that's the biggest problem that I have with, modern gaming. It's just, that's why I play a lot of old school, retro games, because there's nothing like them. They are the original. They're, I think, the better out of, most games.
on that topic, actually, do you guys think that PC gaming is going to start? I think it might already start, being like that. PC gaming overpowering console gaming, because they said that Xbox One and PS4 were going to be this huge difference from the PS3 and Xbox 360, where they were going to be the next gen revolutionary systems, and they're not showing their true potential. They're not next gen like they said. Well, in my opinion, anyway, they're just a console with a few better parts than the old system.
Well, there'll always be like that. A PC will always be better than a console, because you can always upgrade a PC. You can't upgrade a console.
I don't
Well,
mean that
not
in just,
legitly,
like,
at least.
Yeah, I don't mean that in just like part wise, like performance wise, like just gaming wise in general. I think PC is more open to gaming because there's just so many more options. There's so many different ways you can play a game on a PC. Emulators, you can play using Steam. There's tons of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that gaming is heading definitely towards PC.
How do you feel about that, Sam? Because I know you're not
I'm
necessarily.
a hardcore console gamer.
Yeah, you're a
but-
hardcore console gamer, and I think the rest of us are, from what I understand, me, Rufus, and Kevin are pretty PC orientated gaming.
No,
Uh,
man.
Am I
don't know,
wrong-
I'm
am I
cool
wrong
with
on
it.
that?
It's gonna-
Am I wrong on that, or?
I hate PC gaming.
Oh,
Well, never mind then.
I'm
I-
a hardcore console fan.
Yeah, like PC gaming is something you really got to get into, because I used to be a really hardcore Xbox 360 gamer. I'd spend days and nights playing Call of Duty or whatever game I had at the time, and it took me a good 6 months to actually really master. Well, I'd say I still don't have the controls mastered, but it takes a while to get used to a PC. But definitely whenever you're coming from a console.
Yeah, I started out as a console gamer too. Basically from everything from the PS2 back. I had an Atari 2600. I don't really remember all that much about it, because it was my mom's at the time and I was small. But my first gaming memory that I can think of was the Sega Genesis, when I was playing Sonic. And I was console gamer up until PS2, just because I couldn't afford it. They came out with consoles, every 3 or 4 years, and I just wasn't able to. I was too poor. I still am too poor to, afford that kind of stuff. To be able to afford, the $500, $400 price freaking tag for, the PS4 and the Xbox One, and I think just PC gaming is more affordable altogether because, like Rufus said, you can, basically I built my PC so I can upgrade my PC and it'll always be better than an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 or the next gen even because I can always upgrade it, whereas you can't do that legitly for a console. So
yeah, well, with the whole PC thing, if I were to get a good PC, which I desperately need, I would probably want to spend more than I would on a console.
Oh, for sure. I paid almost I think close to $700, but I mean I had to buy a new monitor and keyboard and mouse and everything. But I just think in general it's the better fit because it's completely upgradable if you build it your own, of course.
If you have an issue with okay, my problem is I bought parts for my PC one time, and as someone who's not really tech savvy, so I had all the parts and I started playing games and they would just crash instantly. I was like, what's the problem? So I looked it up and I needed some other part and I was like, oh great, that's another $300 I need. And so, but with a console, I feel you're just getting the basic kind of thing and you're really set to go, really. There's not going to be a huge problem like that.
Yeah, like whenever you buy a PC, you have to install programs and you got to install the games. With a console, you just plug and go. You stick the game disc in and you're ready. I mean, excluding Xbox One, you have to sit for an hour and install new games, which sucks.
So
yeah, since I'm a lazy person, it's just that
you guys have no idea. You guys have no idea how lazy this dude is. I swear to God. But Double31 says in the chat, the PC thing is why I like Nintendo. They really don't try making super powered consoles. They will always be outclassed by PC. I also like PlayStation, but I will play my Wii U far more than the PlayStation 4.
Ooh.
Alright, so
ass, I hate you.
So we're gonna move on to a different topic. This one I had for last week, but we ran out of time.
Wait, hold up, white boy, hold up.
What?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna direct this to Double.
Okay.
Okay, Double. I hate you.
Okay, that's it. That's
nope.
Oh my God.
Nope. Let me keep going. Double. You somehow know the future, because I made my channel trailer for my YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, no, this is the game's coming out. And I'm like, that's it. There's nobody at E3 is gonna announce a game coming out at Q4 that's a new game that I have no clue about. And then what do I read today in a news article? But EA is coming out with a game that's nobody knows about that's gonna be released at Q4 of this year. Double, I hate you. There, I'm done.
Okay.
What's the game?
Oh, it's unknown. They don't know what it is.
Oh.
Well, they know what it is.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on. This is, like I said, a topic that I had last week that I wanted to talk about. We ran out of time, though, so I figured this is a good place to end off with. It may be short. I don't know if you guys have a lot to talk about. It is the Ouya. How do you guys feel about, I guess, not necessarily third-party companies, but, a smaller company coming out with a console, and, how do you think they will stand up against the big three?
Didn't Ouya
Sucks already.
Didn't
Yeah.
Ouya's failed, 100%.
I mean, I
Okay, well then forget the Ouya. Let's talk about the Oculus then. Damn it.
Yeah.
While we talk about
Ouya's a
what's
damn
your
joke.
opinion? Yeah,
The what? What'd you say?
Ouya is like the Atari 720 or 7200.
I never had one, so I wouldn't know.
I've always had bad experiences with third-party consoles. It just
I've never owned a third-party console, so I don't know.
The Ouya's
Well, what
only
about-
good game apparently was Towerfall, and then that went on to PC anyway.
Well, what about Steam's console?
Oh, the Steam machine?
Yeah,
I
how's
was-
that doing?
I have no idea. I was kind of pissed that I didn't get on the beta for that, though. I was hoping I was going to, but, I didn't.
Isn't that
I mean,
just kind of like a glorified-ish PC, though?
yeah, it's basically like
It's the same thing as a PC. It just
Yeah.
runs their own operating system.
Personally,
the
I just want
point?
the box it comes in.
I don't remember what the box looks like. I think it was
There are
pretty
multiple
sexy looking.
boxes, aren't there? Because it's made by different companies.
I just want the wooden box so I can put up on my wall with the rest of my boxes and consoles, so it looks
Oh.
cool.
Okay. So what do you...
drop the $400 just for the box?
Oh my God! Really? Would you actually do that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then sell the console on Craigslist for
I'd
like
kill
$200.
you. I'd kill you.
Okay,
waste
so
money like that.
so what? Okay, so Kevin did have a good topic that we were talking about before we went live. What do you guys remember the topic you were talking about? The
I don't
with
remember.
the with the Oculus Rift, you and Rufus were talking about like that that
I
band
actually-
thing around the waist. I don't remember exactly what it's
I had
called.
it pulled up. The Virtuix Omni, or yeah, I think that's how you say it. It's really cool, dude.
Talk about it.
You want me to talk about
I
it?
want you to talk about it. Or you
It's so
can
uncomfortable.
send it
I
and
got
I
it.
will.
I got
Okay,
it.
okay.
So the Virtual Omni, which not many people I don't think have heard about it, unless it was through someone from PAX. Like for example, I saw it through Markiplier. He showed a video of him playing on it in PAX. It is basically like it's a virtual reality interface where you can. It's basically bowl shaped at the bottom, and you can walk on it. And you can play games like, for example, I think I saw him play Battlefield 4. It could have been someone else. But you can play first-person shooters. You can play any game that involves walking. As long as, I'm not sure how it works, how it works into the game. But,
It's
know.
basically I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Gamer.
Gamer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen the movie, it's basically what it is. It's like virtual reality. So you like actually take control. Like in the movie, you take control of a prisoner, and it's like an FPS game that you basically, if you win a certain number of games, the prisoner gets to be free. And that's kind of what it reminds me of, because you're basically like wearing like a suit, and you have the Oculus on, and you are, or I think I think it has its own like type of Oculus, but the Oculus is compatible with it. Am I right or am I wrong with
like,
that?
in my opinion, like, it's taking the Kinect or like the Wii Motion, PlayStation Motion, it's taking that way beyond next level. Like, my dream has always been in gaming that you're able to actually control the character. And,
Yeah, like be like
it feels
completely
real like
immersed
that.
into it.
Yeah, and
I'm afraid of that.
I am a little too.
Yeah,
Like,
It's too
in my,
much.
yeah, like I don't want to get, because you see, I don't know if you've ever seen like movies where people get
yeah.
put in a dream state and like they're put into like a whole new
Like I start thinking dystopian type stuff. Like I'm like, I don't know. Like it is a cool idea. I think that's like an awesome. I think that is like probably going to be the highest point the gaming can ever reach. Is like a complete VR. Like where you're really like you feel like you're actually there. You don't actually just feel like you're wearing a helmet or anything like that. But
even in Gamer they touch on that, because there's the other game where it's like just another world.
it's like Sims.
Yeah, basically.
It's
and
like
people
it's a
are way
Sims
more
ripoff.
into that than they are in their actual life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
like
little
that's-
scary, but
Yeah, that's
I think it's an
probably
awesome
Well,
the
thing.
scariest thing about virtual reality is if someone immersed themselves so far into it where it's their life. They do that every day.
Did you guys hear about that thing with Avatar? When Avatar came out, people actually were like, "No, that world is what we live in. Like that is the actual world." Like that's crazy that people from that movie thought that was the actual world and they wanted to go live on Pandora.
Hell no, I ain't living there. All them big old bugs trying to eat me. No, but Rufus, you were gonna say something. Rufus.
Damn, I keep muting my mic so my fan doesn't mess you guys up. I think this will really help fight the quote unquote obesity problem that gaming brings on.
I guess that would be true.
Also, like, I think it runs with Morpheus or one of the other knockoff
Yeah, the-
Oculus Rifts.
Yeah. The Sony, code name Morpheus.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna buy that one.
Yeah, it does look pretty interesting. I don't know if we've had any more details released besides that. That's the code name of it, and it's gonna be a VR headset.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think we got like a prototype look at what the headset actually looks like, but besides that, I don't think anything else.
I mean, if
There's
I owned
videos
a
on it.
PlayStation, I might purchase it. But in my opinion, I think Oculus might be doing a better job of the virtual reality headset.
Oh, by
Simply
the way, I'm
because
starving. Someone give me food.
Oh, right here. I
I'll
got you.
just whip it in the air.
Oh yeah, all over your face. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Facebook buy the?
Yeah, I was
Oculus?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
was.
yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, maybe Oculus may not be doing 100% anymore because of that. But from what I understand, Facebook isn't really doing anything. They're leaving all the decisions up to the Oculus
developer
team. Yeah, the
Yeah.
developer
They
team.
lie.
Fine, it's gonna
Well,
be the same. I think.
No, it's not.
Oh, I doubt that
lying.
it's gonna. I agree with you, Rufus. I don't think it's necessarily they're gonna say that because they don't want to piss off the fans.
I just
But
hope they
I
don't
hope
like,
that they're just basically using it as like an investor would, you know, like Facebook is just an investor of the Oculus. Hopefully they don't tamper with it, you know, but I highly doubt that they're not going to.
I'm kind of
They're
hoping
going
like
to.
yeah, I'm kind of hoping they don't pull like. In my opinion, I hope they don't pull it similar to what like you know how Infinity Ward and Respawn used to work together, and they made one of the best Call of Duties ever. And then you know,
Respawn was in Infinity Ward, wasn't it? That's what it was.
yeah, they used to work together, but I think Infinity Ward got. I forget what happened with Respawn and Infinity Ward.
What happened
But,
was there was a huge lawsuit, and the people that were in Infinity Ward split off, made Respawn, and yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think if Infinity Ward and Respawn got back together, because I know Respawn did a fairly good job of making the Titanfall multiplayer, but it was the lack of campaign and just you know how dull the multiplayer actually got that just you know
Do we want to end on that? Do we want not necessarily just Titanfall? Do we want to end on how gaming is turning away? At least AAA gaming, modern gaming, if you will, is turning away from single player and more multiplayer now.
I think it kind of is. Like some games,
I guess
think
we're
are still
talking about it
strong in single player. Like people still want single player games. It's
Well, yeah, I completely agree, but I think that's where I agree with Double. You know, you don't necessarily see that with a lot of Nintendo titles, you know, except for you know, Smash Bros. That's the only Nintendo title I can think is just that's like
Mario Kart.
multiplayer. Okay, Mario Kart 2. And Mario Party. I should shut my mouth. But okay, what do you guys? How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that you know, companies should quit focusing solely on not third party on multiplayer and start focusing a little bit more on single player campaigns,
I
or
feel
making
like
them less crappy?
I feel like a franchise that has always been a single player oriented and I can't tell. Yeah.
Rewind.
But, I think a single player game, like for example, like Mario.
Mhm.
I think if like I personally didn't like the new Super Mario Bros. Type games. They didn't have that. I mean, sure, it kind of felt like Mario 3 and stuff in a way, but I think they went a little too far as to add like all the upgrades and stuff. Just I don't know. Like if they made Mario 3 multiplayer, I mean, I'd probably get that.
What about you,
Yeah,
I
Rufus?
don't know what I'm
multiplayer.
saying.
That is multiplayer.
Oh, it is.
Well,
I know, not
technically,
like multiplayer. I mean,
like online multiplayer, basically.
yeah.
How would you even make that old? Anyway,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I buy games solely for campaign. I don't even play online anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's I don't know, because I don't know. I blame Call of Duty. I really do.
wow.
I really do, because I mean, okay, so name a game that was heavy just online multiplayer before Call of Duty that I think it
Starcraft.
influenced.
Halo.
Okay,
StarCraft.
okay, never mind. I give up.
See, we're gonna see. No. Okay.
Shoot down my ideas. I hate you guys. Okay, well, I guess.
So,
It's
Oh,
just that
okay,
Call of Duty
I get
had
it.
The best part of it was the multiplayer, arguably. Like, it's gonna keep doing that if it is so successful. That's the reason why people buy it.
Yeah.
But
I don't
like
know.
Other games, like for example, Dragon Age is not a game I can see going multiplayer. Dragon Age is known for its like story and shit like that. So
Yeah, like for example, just the game Elder Scrolls Online. I think, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Go ahead.
every
yeah.
week basically.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
It's true though. Like it should have stayed. Maybe they could have had like a 4-player online co-op at the
Yeah,
most.
that's what I said.
But I don't think they should have gone as far as to make it an MMO because it's just too much. Like it takes away from the actual campaign itself. You know, they're focused so much on making it an MMO where so many people can play online at a certain time that it took away from the story. Like it's
Yeah,
not there. It's not
that
like
was
it's
that was my argue with it too, because I got it on the beta. I played about 6 hours or something like that, and I couldn't do it. I give them
6
prop.
hours.
I think I give
Played
them.
about an hour.
I
I
played
give
30 minutes.
I give them
I
the
didn't play.
okay. I I give them
Didn't miss
props
anything.
for what they did, because it's really hard for like I said last week. It's really hard for to take a franchise that's so story driven, like you said, like Elder Scrolls, and turn it into an MMO. I know it's got to be difficult. you know, they had to have known that it was going to be hard, and I think that's where a lot of the viewer base or the fan base has to realize, did really Rufus, really, right now? I saw you put the sign. He put but, and then like ran out the freaking side of the building. Okay, damn, you're such a distraction too. Now I don't remember what I was talking about.
Best podcast ever.
Yeah, I really do want to apologize for the podcast this evening. You know, it's
Don't do that.
I do. I feel bad, you know, because I don't blame On Fire at all. But the reason he's not here today is he was having new internet installed in his house, and apparently the installation didn't go as, you know, planned. So he wasn't able to be here, and I got told that I was going to be, you know, hosting it probably about an hour and a half before we started. So it was,
Though,
you know,
I really don't
hard.
think we did a bad job at all.
No, it's good.
I don't think we did bad, but I don't think it was necessarily the best either. I don't like. It just makes me feel bad because we had such a great podcast last week. Like it was so.
God.
Shut
Perfect.
up, Sam. So we had such a great podcast last week, and then we come to this, and then it's just like I feel like for everybody who was tuned in last week got let down this week.
Now,
And
here's what's gonna happen. If this podcast was so bad, next week's is gonna look amazing.
Okay, I guess
I
that's
really
true.
don't like. I don't even think it was bad at all. Like,
Nah.
we stayed on. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know.
All right, does anybody else have anything they want to say before we end?
We got like
this
10
evening?
minutes. We can talk about another one of my topics because they're all really
Okay.
lame.
Go ahead.
Okay, so have any of you guys played Wolfenstein before?
Yes, I played on PC a while ago.
Was it the older one or the newer one?
It was the semi-old one.
Is that like 2007?
I think a little bit older than that even.
Okay, because that game has lots of Nazi memorabilia in it, right?
And it's awesome. So go on.
Yeah, okay, and the game was announced that it's gonna be censored in Germany because they can't show anything relating to Nazis in Germany. So I was just wondering how you would make a Wolfenstein game without Nazis. Like, what is that game being turned into if that's the case?
I think it's just because that subject is so sensitive in our society. You know, I mean, I don't agree with it. I think that they should, you know, it's kind of, you know, it happened a long time ago. Get over it. But at the same time, you have to look at it. You know, you wouldn't be that harsh about it.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I'm serious though. Like, it happened so long ago that it's not necessarily something that it really should be taken offense to anymore, unless it's like trying to say that, you know, like, because in Wolfenstein, I haven't played it ever, but I think I know a little bit about the story. You're fighting against the Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Then why is that a bad thing? Like, I think globally, as far as I know, and this is probably a stupid American thing to say, because I know I say a lot of stuff that's not necessarily smart because I'm stupid, because I'm American. But, you know, why is it such a big deal now? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
like, it should be, as long as it's not necessarily, you know, going pro-Nazi or something like that. Like, there's not no neo-Nazi like subliminal messages or anything like that in it. If it's just, you know, it's a game based on you fighting Hitler or, you know, fighting Nazis, why is it really that big of a deal? I don't think it should be censored.
Like,
kinda like
it's
getting on the
actually...
sub-
Yeah, okay, you go.
Okay. It's kind of like, it's not like accurate at all or anything, but like, say Russia went to war with us right now. That's like saying like maybe 5 years down the road, you know, the war ends with us in Russia, and we ban like every Call of Duty that's ever existed. You know?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but and it's the same thing. Like, okay, like the sensitivity time is far over. Like, because I think there was some like indie game that was made like right after 9/11 that was pretty insensitive. You know, that got like shut down because of, you know, how insensitive it was, because it was too close to the time that the disaster happened. I think now that, you know, I don't know how long ago this was, because I'm terrible at history and remembering things, but it was
80 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost been a
I
century.
think.
You know, just roughly, it's almost been a century. It's been 50 plus years. Why
70.
is it 70? It's been 70 years.
It's close. Damn.
Okay, well, yeah, it's been, like I said, it's Samantha should be trapped. That's what Grim Reaper Band says.
Grim Reaper, I'm done with you, by the way. I'm done. Every insult you say to me, it doesn't even affect me anymore.
But I don't understand why the hell it should be a big deal anymore. Like, like it shouldn't be a time where it's sensitive anymore. Like, I don't know. I just don't think
Like
it's.
the game's thing is killing Nazis, and so that means that they also can't show the swastika. By the way, so there's on the game cover there's already like a building with flags of swastikas on it. So that means that they would have to take out all of the swastikas, all of like that kind of thing. And
Okay,
it seems a little,
so is it just going to be censored in Germany, or is it going to be
just
censored?
Germany, Austria.
How would
Okay.
you censor a game like that? Like, it sounds almost impossible. It's like,
It does, doesn't it? It's really confusing to me.
yeah, it wouldn't be that game if it didn't have those elements in it. So taking those out, it's
You
not
might
gonna
as well
be-
just not release them in the country.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. Why even bother? It's the same thing with South Park: The Stick of Truth. The big part of that game, is the Nazis in that game, and they couldn't
One sec.
release it there.
One sec. Grim Reaper Band says.
Oh God, here we go.
Well,
I'm done with you.
Brokeback Samantha says he's done.
Oh God.
Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
Anyway, a big part of the South Park game was that there was Nazis in it, and they couldn't release the game in Germany and Austria because of all the Nazi stuff in it. And they had to retake that out. But if you take that out of the game, it really changes the story because a huge part of it is the Nazi part.
Yeah, they might as well just not release the game in the country.
Yeah,
if
why
it-
put that effort into the game at all and like release it in Germany and Austria if you have
Okay,
to
so
change it completely?
is this the German and Austrian government saying that they don't want this, or is it the public
it's
that's
like
saying?
it's like a thing they are like legally not allowed to show.
Okay,
like,
well, so I'm guessing it's and that's where I think we shouldn't necessarily get too far into this because we're not a political podcast, but that's where I have an issue with government trying to get into that. If the public has no issue, why the hell does it matter? Like if so if there's people protesting the game saying that we don't want this released in our country because it's insensitive, then that makes complete sense because then there's no point in them putting the game out there because nobody wants to buy it because of how insensitive it is to the people, that makes sense. But if it's if the public isn't having an issue with it, why the hell does it matter?
Yeah, I wouldn't get too far as to say the public, gets the choice though. Like, if they say they want it, because the public has, especially in America, has mixed opinions about Grand Theft Auto style games.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think it's like that old saying that the consumer is always right. I think the consumer should be the one that makes the decision of whether or not they want that game released. Because if it doesn't offend the people who's buying the game, why the hell does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense, and that's why, the same thing with South Park. If people don't, and I think a lot of people, like, with the whole South Park thing, the people who have an issue with it are the parents who are, they don't want their, 12, 13-year-old playing the game. Well, then don't, but that doesn't make any sense. They're not even allowed to buy the game. At least here in the U.S., you're not allowed to buy a M-rated game until you're 18, or you have to have a parent or a guardian, somebody of 18 buying it for your child. So
it's not like that here.
yeah, well, I'm just saying here for the U.S. So it doesn't make sense. It's your damn job to do that. It's if you don't want your kid playing it, don't buy it for him. That makes perfect sense. It should not be. Other people shouldn't be punished because you can't be a parent.
Yeah.
I think if you're a certain age, but below 18 though, like in Canada, I don't know how it is in America exactly, but
Well, that's what I said. I
Well,
said with
basically,
this.
but, like-
America.
Go ahead, Sam.
but like. Because here, I think at a reasonable age, like, I know, like, what I'm getting into already. Like, when I was 15, I was like, okay, Grand Theft Auto, it's all this shit. I know, and I can kind of take that. It's not like it's a huge deal to me, I think. Like,
And then that's why I say I think it's the parents. The parents' responsibility. Okay. So for you are 17, right?
yeah, I'm 17.
But I still treat you as you were an adult because you are. You have the maturity level of an adult. If your child does not have the maturity level of an adult at say 13, or if you don't think that he should be he can't be responsible enough to play the game at a certain age, then don't buy it for him. If you know that your kid is say 17 and he acts out a lot or something like that, like my brother, okay, when we were little, we weren't allowed to play Grand Theft Auto because of my brother. He would act out, he would act completely different when he played Grand Theft Auto. He would turn like into a really messed up person. He would just like really demented things that he would draw because of him playing the game. Not saying it's necessarily the game's fault because I don't want to blame that, but at the same time, my mom was like. Like
It's a
you're
trigger
not,
from the person.
Yeah.
Something like that.
and my mom was like, you're not playing that, and that's okay, because that's if you see that your child does not have the maturity level to be able to play this and understand that, hey, this is just a game, don't, go shoot nobody, then, I mean, it's just, I think it's up to the parents. I don't think it should be up to the...
If your child doesn't have the mental capacity to know that already, like, then don't get the game. Exactly. Like, that's the whole thing with this. Is have some control, not control, I guess, but, like, have some
responsibility, dude. It's your freaking kids.
Responsibility is the word. Have some responsibility and not get the goddamn game. And if he does end up getting it somehow around your grasp,
well, that's your fault.
Or some shit.
That's your fault. Then you need to.
But then, if you didn't know about it, is what I'm saying. Like, get rid of it then. Like,
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Once you find it, I don't know. That's okay. Let's cut it off there because it's just gonna get more heated, and we're gonna go off way farther than we should.
So in the end, we're saying that Germany, Austria sucks. Hey, everybody.
I do not condone that. I do not at all. Because my father was born in Germany, so
my mom was born there.
So
I'll second the Germany sucks quote.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm not condoning that. I think that, it should not be the government's decision whether or not the game should be released. I think it should be the consumers. If people in Germany have no issue, the consumers who are going to buy the game, have no issue with actually, like, the offensive, quote-unquote offensive material in the game, then I think it should be released in there. And if they have to censor it, I don't think they should release it at all, because I don't see the point in it. There's no point in you releasing a game that's censored, because that takes away from the experience, especially with this kind of game.
I think it's more or less the fact that the government feels sorry, and they're trying to hide the fact that they were wrong for so many years supporting Nazis.
Well, that may be the case, but I don't know.
Germany, I just want to apologize. I love you very much. Austria, you gave us Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I love you.
All right, Sam, go on ahead and take us out.
Really, me?
Yes, you.
I don't have these guys' Twitters or anything.
That doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll take it out. All right, so
yeah, you take it, Dick.
Thank you guys for coming out and supporting us, even though this necessarily wasn't the best podcast that we've done. I really do thank you guys for the kind stuff that you guys have said in the chat. It does make me feel 100% better that you guys still did enjoy it, regardless of how many times I've messed up. I do really.
97.
90 what?
98.
98 what?
98.
98 what?
Times
really? Oh my God! Shut up. But all the links to everything that we talked about, all the Samantha dance before we go.
Wait, okay, I will. I'll do that
all
for you.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for, staying, throughout the live stream and supporting the podcast. You can check out Sam. I can't do that with you making the noise, dude. So, if you guys are watching this post live stream, you guys are watching this on the YouTube channel, don't forget to check out all the links in the description. It will have Sam's Twitter, Sam's social media, so his Twitter, his Facebook, his Google Plus page, his YouTube channel, and On Fire stuff will be in the description. Even though he was not able to be here this evening, his
he
links
was here in spirit.
He was here in spirit. I do appreciate him being a part of this. Kev5 or Skilled Kevin 25, as you guys can see, his Minecraft thing says Skilled Kevin. All his links to his social media will be in the description, as well as mine, and as well as Rufus, if he so wants it to be in the description. I would love to thank both of our guests, Kev5 and Rufus, for coming out tonight. I really do appreciate it. Having more than just me and Sam here has made this a lot easier, because Sam's a troll, and I would have went insane if he wasn't actually here. So no, I'm reading the chat. So Drunken Donuts MC says throws dollars at Sam.
You better. I'm doing a great dance right now.
So, like I said, all the links to everything that we have talked about throughout the entire podcast will be in the description. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will catch you guys next week. Have a great night, everybody.